Alright, so we'll start at the top of the jig, work our way down. So to start, we have the clamp here. These come in 3 different sizes. There is the right helical, the left helical, and the straight clamp. They will all have this massive magnet on the back, which is super important to hold it really tight against that tower. No play. That's going to hold really well. Changing options is super easy. Say you have the 3 Fletch selected and you want to use the 4. Just loosen the 3 till it's out. About halfway, a few threads out. And say you want a 75, 105. Just put that in there. And once you're about flush with it, give it 1 full turn. And you will get nice crisp clicks out of your knocking index. Alright, so here on the back side of the jig, we have this centering adjustment. Essentially what this is every time you change a shaft or a different diameter, you're going to need to move this to get your vane to actually seat properly when you move down. So to adjust this, press here, you loosen these 2 top screws, and you can just slide in. Eventually, once you find where you need to be, leave it there, take a picture, have it set, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's properly centered now. Alright, so as you can tell here, this clamp is nowhere close to being able to go on the arrow, so we just need to move it until it's over. I know for my arrow it needs to be maxed out all the way for a tag shade here. So now we come around here to the back side and we can see that our arrow is getting good contact with that vane, and all we need to do is just hand tighten these 2 screws down here. Should hold that jig in place. Don't really need to tighten it super heavy. And now we're all good for the centering. And finally, our last adjustment, the offset adjustment, which can go 5 degrees either way. And the way you adjust this is on the back here next to those 2. You have a knob that you just turn, get it loose, and then all you need to do is just pick up this plate. Say I want a 2 degree offset, 1, 2, and once you tighten this down, there's going to be absolutely 0 play. You are locked into that 2 degree offset. And if you're watching this video, there's a good chance that you own at least 1, if not 2, of these Arizona EZ Fletch towers. These are really hard to beat. These can fletch 3 at a time. They're cheap, they're simple, they're effective, they're pretty easy to clean. You just dump them in acetone, and they work well. Now, really the only thing that you lose running one of these towers is that you don't get to be super precise on something like your offset adjustments, and you don't get to be really precise on how far up the arrow that you're actually fletching it. And just to compare to what a cheaper tower jig looks like, this is the very first fletching jig that I had ever bought. I think it was like $35, maybe $40 on Amazon. And the entire magnet came off the back of the jig, and the only way to keep it on there was to lather it with some duct tape and some glue, and hope it stayed on there. To change which option you wanted, you had to take apart the entire knock receiver, put a whole new thing in there, and you could get 3 or 4 fletch, and yeah, you get what you pay for. So for my final thoughts, if you're looking for the best, if you're looking for something that's the most consistent, most accurate, easiest to use, you're going to have a hard time beating the Phoenix fletching jig. There's things like the Bitzenberger that have been around forever. Those are always hard to use. You have to use vane alignment tools. You're going to call your pro shop asking how to use it. They're not simple. The Phoenix, it's simple. It works, and you get the most adjustment out of it. There's nothing that a Bits can do that the Phoenix can't. It's going to be way, way better than these cheap $35 Bohning ones, but it all comes down to preference. If that's something you're looking for, sure. But if you're the guy that fletches 6 arrows a year, you're going to have a hard time beating something like an Arizona EZ tower. And I think that just about wraps it up. If you got any questions or anything you want me to do, should I compare how these fletch versus a Phoenix? How does the 4 Fletch compare? Let me know in the comments. Tell me if I missed anything, and I'll see you guys in the next one.